Hey guys, it's Paul Jang. I'm doing a series of videos on passive income ideas. I'm pulling it right from Shopify. They made a list, and so I'm going through it one at a time. I'm comparing it with land investing and other businesses, and just kind of getting an idea on what's out there. Uh, I'm always looking at multiple streams of income. So this is one that Shopify said. It said become an Instagram influencer. What they've done is they've put out they've ranked it out of 1 through 5, 5 being the best. An upfront time investment is 4 out of 5. An upfront financial investment in money is 1 out of 5, and your passive income potential is 3 out of 5. Okay, so here are my thoughts. I like the Instagram influencer model. So this idea of $1 million, that's how Dwayne the Rock Johnson, um, makes per post. And so he's got 200 million social media followers, and you can make monthly income from Instagram. Now, interestingly, I don't know of Instagram paying anyone, a per monthly basis for the amount of followers they have. The way this works is he'll have partnerships or different people, different products he might sell or recommend. And from those promotions, he gets a certain cut of it, right? Like it's like the new ad revenue from TV commercials. Instead of doing a TV commercial, you get someone like The Rock Johnson to um, recommend a certain product or service. And in that, he makes $1 million per post. I don't know if that's true. I know that it could be a significant amount of money. From what I've heard from Instagram influencers, I think Kim Kardashian, from one post, or one of her sisters, like one post made more money than the entire, like what she got for the entire show. When she was doing the reality TV, like Kardashian stuff. So it's like, what is going on here? There is a significant compounding, effect for being an Instagram influencer. I think that's why younger people are also recognizing it, and there's a push to try doing this. So it's not just Instagram influencer; it's all the social media channels. I'd say Facebook has dropped a little bit in this regard. They've kind of focused on Facebook groups and becoming an influencer in those realms. But YouTube influencers, it's kind of the same compounding effect. I think TikTok is coming up. Uh, Podcasts, like if you think of like Joe Rogan, like for his podcast stuff, he makes a significant amount for every podcast that he does. And so I laid out my points. So before I was like blocking out, but I think this shows it clear. I tried doing charts, y'all, but it didn't come out as cleanly, so I just kept it like this. Now, if you see the raw percentage scores, I kind of think anything over 60 is really good. And you have a baseline for your 9 to 5 job is around 50%. So anything like really over 50, I think is really good. If it's in the 50s, you're going to want to pair it with something else. Once it's over 60, I think it's good as a standalone, and you try finding patterns. So I'm gonna have a in the description some kind of variation with this plus all the other businesses out there that I've been working through. Maybe kind of like a live document, and that way you can kind of mess around with it, make a copy of this file, mess around with it, kind of come up with your own numbers, and you know figure out a raw score as kind of like where you might want to start and see where things have good synchronization. I guess that's a word for it. Like, for example, the 9 to 5 job, you have a 40-hour commitment, for your 9 to 5 job, but land investing requires, for me, 2 to 3 hours a week. So that's a very nice pairing if you have a 9 to 5 job, right? So here's the thing with Instagram influencers. Let's get right to it. The money potential is higher than land investing. Like, you could significantly make more money being an Instagram influencer than land investing. You can make it more than any kind of job, right? Like the fact that uh, The Rock makes $1 million for every post on Instagram for all of his followers is ridiculous, right? Like how long does that take them? So the amount of time to make money, I would say it's much more difficult than land investing. In terms of time, I might even want to put here like one. Like it's a significant amount of um, of time that needs to pass for you to get the kind of influencing to generate those kind of revenues. And so, if you can leverage it, from something else, that's great. Kardashians with the Kardashian Show, The Rock with all his movies, right? But for most people, it's going to be kind of a grind, right? Your time investment, I put here a 5 because there's kind of a range here, right? Like if you do one post a day or multiple times a day, it's still significantly less than a 9 to 5 job. But for most people, you're going to get into editing. You're always going to be wanting to do pictures, and if that's kind of your lifestyle, that's great. Then your time is it becomes better, right? It might be closer to an 8, right? But I'd say for most people, if you're kind of going out of your way to do this, it may be closer to a 5. Let's leave it at the 8 though. Your money investment here, it's really good. It doesn't require a lot of money, right? Especially when you start getting more and more followers, there will be businesses that offer different products over to you just so that you could maybe potentially promote it. I have a cousin who's doing Instagram. She gets summer clothing and different stuff that they want her to try, and she gets it for free. And she'll post it and give a little link to say, like, give a shout out, like, hey, thanks for these clothes. It came out good. For the good companies, they'll also give her a cutback, right? Like a referral fee for anyone that buys those summer clothing. So, how difficult is the work? I'd say it's pretty easy in comparison to like a 9 to 5 job. If a 9 to 5 job is like a 5, it's kind of average, right? I'd say in general, Instagram influencing is easy. Taking a couple pictures, you're doing some edits, you're doing your tag stuff. There's software out there to help you with it. It is a little bit more technical. I'm gonna give it an 8. That's how much I like that Instagram influencer. It's not really my thing, but I'm like up for this. Is it scalable compounding effect? Yes. Like just think about it. Like Dwayne the Rock Johnson in one post makes $1 million. It's like nonsense money, right? Is it competitive? I would say this is where you're faltering. It is competitive. The Instagram world is real competitive. I think that's why I'm not so drawn to Instagram. I don't really like taking pictures of myself necessarily. I don't know. I'm not as artsy, if you can tell. Like I'm using Screencastify and just throwing things on. Am I doing like edits? I paid someone to do edits for me and realized it's fine. I got like barely any subscribers. We're just gonna roll with it, right? And so like this world is like very competitive, and it takes time, but there's money and there's potential here if you really go after it really strong. So, location specific, I gave it a 10. It's better than land investing, right? Like you can do this in Hawaii, in Thailand, in Turkey, in any part in the US, right? Like it's great. And so that like we are now, I think because I put this at a higher amount, we are now into the 70s, 71.25. If you are any kind of artsy person, if you post in social media at all, you should consider really heavily, prioritizing your Instagram influencer and leveraging that into sponsorships, affiliate marketing, your own courses, your own digital products, your own, physical products, whatever it is. I think like building a following and some kind of traffic source is really good. So if you can do that, I think go for it. I think this is like in comparison with like uh, I'd say 3. If you are looking at educational stuff of some sort, or you know you like the videos, go with I would go with YouTube. If you are into social media and doing smaller posts, Instagram. If you are younger and kind of like doing the same thing, TikTok. uh, I'm of the opinion blogging is like really saturated and it's not as good, my personal opinion. If you don't like any of those, but you like having conversations with people, consider podcasting. I think podcasting has a significant potential and a growing industry. So I pretty much at this time only listen to podcasts when I'm in my car. I don't even listen to music. So that, that tells you something as an industry. It's growing, and you're starting to get influencers in these different areas like Joe Rogan. Um, yeah. So that's it. That's the become an Instagram influencer model as a business. I'm highly for it. It's it'll be difficult to get into the 80s, like mid upper 70s. So like whenever you see these, I think you should be like, oh, like check it out. And you're kind of weighing out like your profit potential, your time investment, and your competitiveness. Like if this goes to 5, we're talking about 67. It's still like really good, right? Um, so that's that. Uh, Check the link out for the description for all the businesses that I'm working through. Probably be a live document, kind of view only. You could copy it and mess around with the numbers, or just kind of get an overview of things. If you're interested in land investing, check it out in the description below. Like I said, I think it pairs very well with a job. If you have one as a side hustle, you pick up a property and sell it, and spend minimal hours to make this happen. And otherwise, take care. Have a good one. Subscribe, like. I appreciate it. Take care. Have a good one.